Hello everyone. Good afternoon. So here I'm in Kolkata in with one of my friends. So he is Joaquin. He is from Spain and currently staying in London.
Yeah,
So yeah. So how are you? Having a time here.
very good. I mean, people are
All
super
right.
friendly, lots of things to learn, so very happy to be here.
Okay. Okay. Great. So since I mentioned that I'm working as an English trainer, right? So there are a lot of students who are willing to learn this language, right? So what kind of advice will you give to my students?
Yeah, what I recommend is
Yeah.
always to watch lots of movies,
Okay.
documentaries in
Yeah.
English. So all these things that you will do in your local language while having fun, you can do it in English and you have fun at the same time that you learn new skills. And
Yeah.
also, I would recommend to read lots of books because this
Okay.
way you can see new words, you can see different kinds of expressions that you
Sure.
can use in your day to day. And also, if it's possible, try to meet people from a UK speaking country to
Yeah.
develop your conversational skills.
All right, sure. Thank you. And like as you mentioned, your first language is Spanish, right?
Yeah, Spanish, yeah.
So like English was not a first language for you, right? So how was your learning journey? Could you share that?
Yeah, it was very challenging
Okay.
because I think that when you start learning a new language at the beginning, you cannot understand anything and you
Okay.
spend a lot of time learning grammar, which is
Okay.
not the most exciting part of learning a new language.
Okay.
So at the beginning it was challenging, but then there
Okay.
was a moment that I was consistent, I kept pushing,
Okay.
and I started to have short conversations in English that
Okay.
really motivated me a lot to continue learning. And I think that after having basic knowledge of grammar,
Yeah.
what helped me a lot was to
Yeah.
have a lot of exposure to the language.
Okay.
So I spent a lot of time reading books,
Yes.
watching documentaries, and also
Exactly.
used to have a private teacher to
Mm-hmm.
practice speaking. So I used to do with him 1-2 hours a week. That was
Yeah.
also very helpful.
Okay, that's good. Yeah, and there's no like replacement of books and podcasts, right?
Yeah.
That's the best thing. And the last question for you, like those who are planning to move abroad, okay, because you're living in London, you have seen that mixed culture there, right? So there are a lot of students in India. They are planning to move abroad for study, right?
Yes.
So what kind of advice would you give to them?
Yeah, my best advice will be first of all, if you apply for a foreign university, spend time understanding the requirements. So in some cases they request you to have a certain level of English. Then maybe also you have to pass GMAT or the exams of general knowledge. And apart from that, I think that it's also important to go to these places with an open mind because you're
Yeah,
going to have exposure to different cultures, different
sure.
mindsets. So I think these are the key areas that you should focus if you want to live abroad.
All right, okay. Thank you. One more question, since you are from Spain, right? And I'm trying to learn Spanish also.
Yeah.
So for those who are willing to learn Spanish, right, or
Yeah.
Espanol, so what would you say? Like obviously you already mentioned that I do watch a lot of
Yeah.
Spanish content and all, but anything would you like to speak in Spanish?
Yeah, I mean, you can listen to reggaeton. You have a lot of songs.
Okay. Yeah, yeah, sure.
Despacito,
Despacito, yeah, that's
a
great.
lot of songs
Even Money
in.
Heist, I was Money Heist in Spanish as well.
Yeah,
Yeah,
also you have on Netflix, you have
yeah.
Narcos, you have a lot of
Narcos, yeah.
successful series in
That's great.
Spanish.
Uh-huh.
So I will recommend watching them. Yeah, and also
Alright.
if you can travel to Spain or travel to Latin America,
Alright.
because in these countries,
Yeah.
because Latin languages are very difficult to learn.
Sure.
And it's even more difficult to be able to keep a conversation because you
Yeah,
have
yeah.
a lot of irregular pronunciations. There are some rules that are not really followed in the day to day. So I think that having real exposure to this language is quite important.
Alright. So anything you would like to say in Spanish? Last.
Muchas gracias
Okay.
por haber observado este vídeo y por vuestro tiempo. Espero que esos consejos os hayan sido de mucha ayuda. Muchas gracias.
Okay. Alright. Gracias, my friend.
Thank you very
Gracias.
much.
Nice meeting you.